Okay, so welcome back again to our next class. Let's continue the creation of our main menu. And what we'll do now is we'll create the left-hand side menu bar. Okay, I mentioned it previously. It's basically the side that's going to sit on the left-hand side of our menu here. Okay, uh, and we want this to be where all the functionalities happen, all the buttons that we can interact with. Okay, so let's create that to begin with. I'll create a new widget for this because I won't be using the background. I want to do it separately. Okay, do you remember we mentioned we'll be doing them separately? So let's select user interface, widget blueprint, and we'll call it widget, then underscore left menu. Okay, so just as we did before, let's open it up, and here we have our canvas, and now we'll start developing in it. Okay, we can see here it's already at the resolution of 1920 1080, so perfect. Let's do this. First thing we need to do is think about the size. Okay, so we're going to create this side menu to sit just here, so we'll define the area that it's going to take up first. To help us define that area, we'll create a new panel here, okay? And a panel for us to take up that side that will work. We'll create a simple panel here, canvas panel. I think that will work for us. Let's drag that in. Cool. So now we can change the dimensions, as we can see here, to make it fit. For example, 420 1080, and that's going to take up that amount of size of the screen, and we can just go here to anchor it to the left hand side. Okay, so the buttons are centered but on the left hand side. So if it wasn't, it's going to be all over the place. So that's a really good way for us to work. So just make sure you anchor it to the left hand side. There you go. And then we can adjust the actual position here as well. Put it to 0, 0, and 0, and then we'll center it. Remember how we did that before? Just so it's aligned correctly. We'll just do the alignment here of 0.5. Okay, there we go. So it's centered in my screen, but on the left hand side. Great. So here all of our buttons are going to go into the left hand side, but obviously there's nothing showing at the moment. So what I'll do is I'll just create a background, a white background, a plain one, just so we can see what's going on. Okay, and it's going to overlap this. Okay, so we've got some gradient here in our image, which is really helping us, so it will actually fit quite nicely actually. But if yours is different, you might want to just put background on there so you can see what's going on. Okay, so I'll create a background now, and the canvas itself doesn't have a background. So I'll create an element called border. There we go, which is as if you were painting something, okay, almost like a canvas to paint artwork on. So what I'll do here is I'll place the border and anchor it in the same way to the left hand side, resize it to fit, just so it fits exactly the same size as our panel. So 0, 0, and 420 by 1080. And just align it, 0 here and 0.5. And it's exactly the same as our canvas. Perfect. Okay, so let's just rename this so we remember what it is. I'll name it black or back white. There we go. So that's our white background. Cool. So now let's create our first button together. I'll create a button here, which will be our start button. Okay, so I'll add a button there. And as I added it, it created a button under the white background. So let's just move it in its correct position. Okay, I don't want it under. I want it under the canvas. Okay, so there is a tool, just like in Photoshop, where you can lock layers, hide layers, etc. So I'm going to lock my background because I don't want it to move anywhere. And I'm going to add the button here. Okay, so you can see it's not added in the wrong place. Great. So we've already got it now set on our canvas under the hierarchy, not under the white background. I'll rename it to start button. Always good to name these so you know and remember what they are, so it becomes less confusing. So how's this button going to look? Well, in terms of its design, um, I don't want it just to be a button which looks like, you know, a rectangle. I want it to look like text. And so maybe we could use a text button. But since this text doesn't act like a button, it only functions as text, then we can't use that. Okay, so we need to be using a button. So you can remove the colors, make it transparent completely. So it still works, but you just don't see the rectangle. And then we can change the text. Okay. So let's think about the best way to do this. First thing we'll do is we'll add it in its position. We'll anchor it to the left. And then we know it's in place. And I'll use the preset position that I've noted here, because otherwise it would be a bit boring me just showing you, you know, up, down, left, right, etc. So I've already seen this before. So I'll use that position that I've created before. And I know it's going to fit specifically where I need it to be on the menu. So I'll type that in right here. So I need a position of 70. Okay. So it would be 70 pixels far from away from the left. Okay. And then it fits within a 1920 by 1080 ratio as well. So what else do we need to do? So a position of X is 70, Y is minus 120, and then that's in position. Now for the button size, I'll set it to 280 pixels wide, and it'll be big enough for the text and 50 pixels high. Perfect. So this is the size of our button. Now we can talk about the appearance. As I mentioned in the other classes, we have the option of creating an appearance for it, how it works and how it interacts when a person clicks and hovers. Now, usually when there's nothing here, you can just add a color rather. But when it's on, you can change the tint as well, right? So when someone clicks on it, it will change the surround. But we won't do this. As I said, we'll just make it text in our case. So in case you want to make a button, then it's good to know that these are the options you can use. Now, if I want to have an image here, I can change it to an image if I want to. You might want to use an image as a button, so that's fine. You can do that there. Just make sure you get the right size, and you can of course add the tint as well to it. And sometimes you'll have an image which is white, for example, like a white PNG background, and then if I tint it, it will color that white background. In our case, we don't need that, but it's just something useful to know. So we have draw as well, which we can do. That controls how the button is going to appear on the screen. For instance, if I select this rounded box, then it'll be a rounded button. If it's a box, it's simply a box-shaped button. Okay. If it's a border, etc. If it's an image, then it's an image. Okay. So this gives some different options of how it looks, and then obviously none is nothing. So if you choose any of these for this box, although it doesn't show anything here, it takes up the function when you click it. Okay. Cool. Almost like the effect of hovering over something and it changes. So if you don't want this, then obviously go for none. I'll use none because I don't want it to have a background. It's transparent. So that's what I'm going to do. On hovered, I also I'll use a tint in white. Oh, I can reset it actually. That's better, because I don't want it to tint anything. I want it to be completely transparent, and I must do the same for when it's hovered. Okay, it takes up a different appearance. Okay, so if you use any appearance, or use an appearance here and another one here, as you mouse over it, it's going to change the button's appearance. Now, in our case, we want it to be transparent at all times. I don't want any appearance at all, so I'll set them all to none. Great. So now we can have a button which has nothing specific on it. It's just a button, and it will have blueprint functionality in it when we finish. So I'll leave it here and we'll talk about it later on. Now, I'll do the same thing with the other buttons now. Let's create it and put it in place. So you can, we'll fast forward the video and we'll come back when this is all done, okay? And what I'll do is I'll put them all in place, I'll copy them and align them. Okay, let's go. Okay, so coming back to it now, I've already created and placed the buttons in position, and you can see that they're still transparent, but we've got some distance between them. Okay, so I can now start putting the text in, the text that's going to tell us what our button will be. As you can see here, there's a text tool. So you just drag it here onto the start button, and it will be here just under the start button in the hierarchy. Okay, just like that. And now we can put our text in there. Okay. Now in the content section here, this is where you can write down your text so you can label it. So I'll call it start, and you can choose a color, obviously. And there we go. And I'll select the fonts here too. And I already have some font in the project, so I'll use this one. Yeah, that's the one I want to use. And you can adjust the size as well. And that's it. So my button is on the outside and my text is on the inside, okay? But I don't want it to be centralized. I want it to be aligned to the left, okay, of our menu. So that's why you can use these alignment tools here, okay? Really helpful, just as you would in a Word document, okay, or on a, you would type in a letter. Just align it so it's in the right place. Okay, so it's going to occupy that side of the box. Okay, nice. So I think a button here below is just in the wrong place. So let me just fix that. Let's just align that to where it should be. Okay, so it's 0.5. I'll move that up a bit. Cool. There you go. Nice. Okay. So I'll do the same thing with the other buttons, exactly the same process, and you can copy the text, put it underneath the hierarchy and rename them. Okay, so we're back and our text is already in place. And as I mentioned before, the font has been changed as well for our text. And that's all importable if you want to import your own text. All you have to do is import the font, okay, to Unreal, and it looks like this. Okay, so it will convert it to an Unreal format, and then you can just select it from the list. Okay. So that's a really nice way to customize your menu. Or you can just use the standard fonts that come with the project. Okay, so this part is all good so far. Now I'll create a header here. And this would be a nice opportunity to put a logo if you want to in this section. So let's do that together now. For this, I'll create a new canvas. Actually, I'll create a vertical box in this case, which is a kind of canvas, but it organizes things for us. It'll fit nicely here. I'll show you how to do that. Create a vertical box and add it to your canvas. And I'll add it in the same order for us to go through from the list from top to bottom. Okay, so there's the black, white, the background, and then the vertical box. And I already have the sizes, so I'll put them in. The width of 420, the height of 340. and that's going to fill up the space nicely. As for the anchor, it's slightly different here. I can align it from the top left, can't I, if I wanted to, or from the top, because I want the top part always to be centralized. So you can anchor that accordingly. Okay. In our case, we'll centralize it to the middle of the vertical box. Nice. So now what do we have to do from here? Well, I have a logo, so I'll add the DViz logo here as an image. I've already saved it here. Okay. So the menu will actually, yeah, I think the top left here would be a nice place for this image. So we need to put an image onto the canvas. Just drag it into the hierarchy. Okay. And we'll organize it later on. I'll just add the logo so it's easier for us to see. Let's put it in here. Nice. Okay, cool. So obviously we need to align it properly because it's distorted at the moment, isn't it? And that's because it's set to fill horizontally. Okay, so that's why it's distorted. So we just need to centralize it first of all. Here we go. So that's centralized. And now we need to fill vertically. Or you can fill vertically. We'll leave it as it is because we'll organize things in our vertical box first. So what I want this image to be is 78 by 78 as a size, which is exactly what it is here, or maybe 80 pixels actually. Let's just adjust this here. Let's try 80 pixels from the top in its position. There we go. Okay, cool. So our logo is placed. Now we want to add some text. What do we want to have underneath? Well, we need to have a text. There we go. Put a text there, and we'll just type in the text we want to appear, which is Essential ArcViz Blueprints. Of course, you put whatever you want. That's the text I'm going to use. Nice. Put it into a color we can see, and we can change the font, and then we can centralize it. Let's do that. There we go. Pretty good, right? Hopefully you're understanding the concept so far. I think we just need to bring this one in a little more. Okay, so now that looks better. Cool. So everything's here as we need it. Each time you add something, it changes. So I'll leave it like this. Okay, the font size here will be 27. I'll delete this blueprint and leave just Essential ArcViz. Okay, because yeah, that looks better. Obviously, you choose whatever name you want. Now, I want to draw a line here, so I'll add a border to our canvas. I like to add it from here, so I've got more control over it. And I'll add my image of a line that I've got. Okay. So you need to have these different graphics if you want to be using them like this. So it's just a line here, a masked image of a line, and I'll rename it to line, just so we know what it is. And this one I'll rename to logo, so we don't get confused. Okay, cool. And I can use, or I can leave this to fill. Okay, and I'll set this to fill as well. The same effect from the same way you use the image, same parameters on here. So let's just line it up. And let's go for 70. There we go. Cool. So now I'll add a, oh, actually, let me just see something. It's just, okay, so the height might need adjusting. I'll correct that. Yeah, I'll correct that later. And now I'll add another bit of text. So you can duplicate this one, and I'll write version 1.0. You know, whatever, it could be anything, but in my case, let's just put version 1.0, and I'll reduce the font so it looks a bit better. There we go. 15 is cool. So we've added everything. Now let's talk about our vertical box, okay, that we put in to begin with. Okay, so the vertical box tries to organize all things one on top of the other, okay, in a vertical format. But how do I adjust the height and the distance? The distance is adjusted in this padding function here. Okay. So what is it telling us, this padding section? Well, you probably worked it out, but this parameter controls the blank spaces between the slots. Okay. So if I have 4 items here, then I've got 4 slots, right? If I use the arrows, I can change the position of the elements. I can change these slots, right? You might remember me showing you this earlier. And you can also do that by using the canvas and placing it wherever you want if you want to. But I like to do it here in the vertical box, because when I get to the part of adapting the canvas size, it will then adapt better this way. It's not locked to a certain position, so you can be more flexible. So for instance, I want a distance between the lines. So if I want a distance to the line, I will raise the distance to the top. In other words, the top is from here to the line. So I set it to 20, and it's a smaller value, right? Then I want to unattach this text from this logo. Let's do it. And when you change the one on top, it also drags the other one, okay, to the bottom. It adapts the slots, and that's why first you insert everything, and then you can control the distances afterwards. So I set this to 5 or 0. Maybe 0 is fine. Reduce the height to 10. Maybe a little less, actually. Maybe 5. And let's see the whole thing in context. Nice. So then I think I can move up the logo actually to 70 and distance this a little more, 30 or 40. And of course, this is a matter of personal opinion, isn't it? It's all subjective. Let's leave that at 30. But do you see now how the vertical box works? It's cool, isn't it? Because you can really arrange things nicely and in a more controlled way. And you see that how it works in the widget is really cool. Doing it like this, you got more control over specific elements. And of course, using the anchor feature is really cool as well. But when we work with the vertical box, there's no anchor there. So the only anchor there is the vertical box itself. We can, if we reduce this, we can, we can adapt it if we want to. Okay. That's fine. That can be moved about. And you can change these bits as we looked at before. Okay. So you can position them wherever you want, at the top if you wanted to, or adjust the height this way. So it's good to understand these principles and how they work when you're using widgets. It's all about giving yourself control, okay? Now I'll include one more thing, which is the instruction panel. So what's the idea of that? The idea is that when we click on instructions, it's going to open up a panel that's going to be shown over the background, okay? And it's shown over the background because we want to be showing an image there. Okay, like the controls of the keyboard, or what the user needs to know, which functions they need to be aware of to press. So we just drag a canvas panel down, and this is the left side menu, isn't it? Left menu canvas. And down here, we'll have the instruction canvas. It's a good idea to rename them so when we're using other things, we can find it quicker. And when we go to the graph, because we're going to use our references, it's important we have the names, right? So I've created the canvas already. It's right here, and I've named it as I need to. So I'll just align it to the anchor to the right-hand side. Okay, so it's anchored to the right, and I'll size it to 1500 by 580. And I'll centralize it. So it's centralized to the anchor. You remember how to do this. Just align it here. So 0 and 0. Okay, cool. So on 0.5. So on the vertical, it's going to centralize it here. You see how it just fits nicely within that space? That means that if I'm at 0, it throws it out. 0.5 centralizes it. 1 throws it back to the other side. Okay. All right. So my canvas is all set up here. I'll add a border to it, which will be the instructions image. and it is an image, and I'll enable size to content as well. Okay, and I'll add my image, which is this one here, which gives you the instructions on how to use the game mode. And we'll just plug that into the brush, and you can drop it in. So you're probably wondering, well, where did it go? Well, let's just find it. Should be this one here. There's our instructions image. So now we can't resize the content. We need to type it in. Sometimes, you know, I get mixed up in this, but yes, sometimes we just get a little lost with the amount of references we have. So, you know, just be careful. I'll leave it here like this for now. It's showing how we want it to, and we'll keep building the menu in our next class.